Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start with the first poem in your book, My Mother at 66 by Kamala Das. You know, very few women of India have grown up to become famous as poets. Like one you can remember, one poem you must have read in class 9, The Palanquin by Sarojini Naidu. Apart from that, there have been a few novelists, but as far as poets are concerned, there are very few poetesses, I should say, who have gained renown, fame as a poet. Kamala Das is one of them. My Mother at 66 is a poem that Kamala Das has put before you. If you see this, about the poet part, the poet Kamala Das also wrote by her pen name, Motihari. She was born in Kerala and is one of India's first poets. Her subject matter is basically related to her personality, beautiful, sensitive, bold and tormented. External factors do not reflect in her writings, bring out her true inner feelings. In the poem, My Mother at 66, she talks about her mother. This poem is based on the relationship of a mother and daughter and the feelings that both of them have for each other. Now, before we proceed on to the poem, let me just ask you, what do you think of your mother? When the word mother comes to your mind, what basically comes to your mind? I suppose if you have a look, then you talk of mother. What comes to your mind is love, care, compassion, everything. That mother is your complete being. Without a mother, your sustenance, your existence into this world would never have been possible. Isn't it? So, mother means everything to us. Have you ever thought of a child when he's, say, a very small toddler, infant? What happens? Somebody comes, goes, it hardly matters to that child. But when the mother leaves the child for a moment, what happens to the child? The child starts to cry. I know you must not be remembering your own infancy or childhood, but you must have seen your cousins, younger brothers, sisters, and other people at home. How they behave. Mother is there, they feel safe, secure. Now think, you are in class 12, some 17, 18 years of age. Your mother must be somewhere around 35, 40 years of age. Think of a time, some 35, 40 years later. What will happen? You will be around 40, 45, 50 years of age and your mother around 65, 70 years of age. And whenever you will see your mother, there will be some thoughts, some feelings that will come to your mind. On the contrary, what will your mother expect from you? That is what we say. Aging is a natural process. Aging is a natural process. Have you ever thought what our elderly parents expect from us? Like in your childhood, you expected love, care, compassion, safety, security from your mother. Similarly, when she grows of that age and you are around 45, 50, they will be expecting the same things from you. Love, care, compassion, safety and security. So, aging is a natural process, as all of you know. Man is a mortal being. Man is born, he has to die. Early in the childhood, when your mother left you for a while, what happened? That pain of separation was there, that feeling of separation. You started to cry. And that feeling of separation exists throughout your life. That fear of losing someone whom you love. This poem also describes something of this sort. So before we go on to this poem, let us take a quick look at this poem. Read it from the beginning to the end. It's a very small poem. My Mother at 66 by Kamala Das. Driving from my parents' home to Kochi last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, those open-mouthed, her face ashen like that of a cop, and realized with pain that she was old as she looked, but soon put her thought away and looked out at the young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. But after the airport's security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, worn pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma," and all I did was smile, smile, and smile. If you take a quick look at the poem, you will find that from the very first line to the last line, there is no full stop. That means this poem runs in only one single sentence. It is punctuated by commas at every level. That shows the intricacy of the feelings of the poet, that how concerned she is about her mother. Let us take a quick look, line by line, at the poem. My mother at 66. The age 66. If you see, you can never foretell what is going to happen next. So what will happen? At every instance of time, every now and then, you will have that fear of losing her. Driving from my parents' home to Kochi last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, doors open-mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain. What you see is, the poetess was driving with her mother in a car. From where? From my parents' home to Kochi. She had gone to her parents' home and she was coming back to her place, that is Kochi. She had to board a plane, so she had come with her mother. And her mother was sleeping. You must have seen old people, how they behave in the trains or the buses or any other mode of transport. That when you are sitting beside her, they are quite tired, and what happens? They tend to sleep, leaning backwards. Sometimes with old people, what happens? The mouth is wide open. This is what she says. I saw my mother beside me dozed. She was sleeping in the car, open-mouthed, with her mouth wide open. Her face ashen like that of a corpse. Ashen, hardened. Her face was somewhat, what you call, tough, straight, wrinkled, like that of a corpse. Dead body. A corpse is a dead body. So now think of what feeling could have been generated into the poetess's heart about the mother. That possibly she is there, not there. And realized with that pain that she was old as old she looked, but soon put that thought. So she looked at her mother. She now came to understand that she was old, that pain of separation, that fear of losing the mother was possibly coming into her mind, and therefore to drive in a constant manner peacefully, what she did was she tried to divert her attention. How do you divert your attention? You try to focus on something else, and this is what the poetess did. She was old, she looked, but soon put that thought away. The poetess tries to put her thought away by looking out of the other window, towards her car window, not looking towards her mother. And what she saw possibly made her divert her attention from the poetess as his mother to the worldly things outside. Put that thought away and look out at the young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes, but after the airport's security check. So to divert her attention, she looked out of the car window, and what she saw? Looked out at the young trees. Now she refers to the trees as young. The trees along the roadside were not very old. They had been planted newly, say, grown up to a height, The trees were sprinting. All of you are students of class 12, must be reading physics. Relative theory, relative motion. The trees, though they were static, trees apni jagah par khade the. They were static. As fast as you move along in the car, what happens? It seems as if the trees were running, you were sitting at a place. So that was what happened. It looked to her as if the trees were running, she was sitting in the car. So she refers to the trees as sprinting, running very fast. If you see the Olympics or the Asian Games, etc., 100-meter race is not 100-meter race is not called a dash or a race. It is called a 100-meter sprint. Sprint means to run very fast. One side she saw along the roads the trees moving. On the other side she sees in the fields from the different households many children spilling out of their homes. The children, small children, were very happy. They were coming out, running from their homes, playing something or some of what that sort. But she uses the word spilling. Many children spilling out of their homes. Now try to pull it. Why she calls it spilling? Have you ever seen a cup? If you put water into that cup, and if the speed of filling it is uniform, the water will come out from all sides in a uniform manner. In that case, we refer to it as overflowing, not spilling. Then what is spilling? Have you ever taken a cup of tray with you in your house and somebody comes running and suddenly pushes you? What happens? The tea spills out. One drop here, the other drop there, and all over the place. In fact, some of them on your body also. So, spilling is kuch yahan gira, kuch wahan gira. The children, they were not running in a uniform manner. They were happy. On the other hand, what you see, the poetess tries to tell you, her mother was sitting beside her. If she looked at her mother, she would have sorrowful thoughts in her. Therefore, she focused her attention outside and looked at the children who were rather happy. Then they reached this airport, and if many of you must have gone to the airport, seen how the process is there. First you have to show your boarding pass, thereafter you have to give your luggage, the luggage goes, and you have to go for the security check. After the security check, you are not allowed to meet any of your near and dear ones. They stand in the lawn or the alley where it is for visitors, and they wave to you from there. In smaller airports, if I talk about Bihar, Patna, it's a very small airport. You will go to the lawn once the person or you enter the security check area. Possibly after a few yards, you won't even be able to see the passenger who has gone. So after the security check, standing a few yards away, she went to the security check, but she had not disappeared. She was just a few yards, say a few steps ahead of her mother. She looked at her mother tried to say bye-bye. And what happened? I looked again at her worn, pale, as a late winter's moon. She looked at her mother, and the face looked as a late winter's moon. Think of a hilly area where snow is there. Late winter's moon. Neither the sunshine is there, nor the night. But it looks very dull. The similar was the face of her mother. Dull, old, late winter. Late winter referring to that winter was fast approaching to an end. And possibly the mother also fast approaching to the end. So she looked at her worn, colorless, pale, weak, feeble, as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache my childhood feared. And again that pain of separation, that fear of losing, getting separated from her mother, recurs in her mind. This thought comes again. But if she carried that thought on her face, अगर वो अपने चेहरे के एक्सप्रेशंस अपनी माँ को दिखाती तो शायद वो रोने लगती. Therefore, she does not want to show that expression that she is feeling painful separating from her mother. And what she does instead? But all I said was, see you soon, Amma. All I did was smile, smile and smile. She knew very well that possibly it could be the last time she is seeing her mother. But still, she did not say that or something of that sort. She said, see you soon, hoping to see you soon. And what she did was hid her fear in herself, and on her face just put up a fake expression of smile. So this you see how a daughter and a mother is closely attached to each other and how they behave before each other. The feelings, the pain of separation, that does not go, but they try to hide. So this is what this poem basically tries to tell you. If we try to look at the summary that I have already explained to you, some words to be taken care of: doze, to sleep, open-mouthed, mouth wide open, tops, dead body, sprinting, to run very fast, very happy, wan, faint, colorless, pale, weak, feeble, ache, pain. These are some of the questions that are given in your textbook. If you try to look at it, I'll just go through it quickly and give you a hint about how to deal with it. What is the kind of pain and ache that the poet feels? As I told you just now, the kind of pain and ache that the poet feels is the fear of separation, the fact of losing her mother, the fact that her mother was growing old, the fact that as she expected love, care in her childhood, the mother was expecting the same and she had to deliver that. Next question, if you see, why are the young trees described as sprinting? Told you, she was moving fast in her car. The trees were static, but due to relative motion, the trees seem to be sprinting fast. That this tries to show, this is symbolic of the fact, many children spilling, trees sprinting, that everything was fast moving, fast changing. This world is fast changing. Why has the poet brought in the image of many children spilling out of their homes? This is just to put a contrast. On the other side, her mother was sleeping, open-mouthed, like a corpse, dead body. That generated sorrowful feelings. Therefore, to divert her attention, she brings about the image of merry children, happy children, and so that she could focus her mind from the mother to the happiness of the children. Why has the mother been compared to the late winter's moon? See, metaphorical, compared to the late winter's moon. Late winter's moon suggests that the winter is coming to an end. The mother, her age 66, suggests that she is about to come to an end. Though we never want our mothers to go. And the last question that you have in your book is, what do the parting words of the poet and his smile signify? The parting words signifies, though she has pain in her heart of the fear of getting separated from her mother, but she never expresses those, she hides those feelings and smiles so that she can have a happy journey along. For details, questions, notice boards, you go on more textbook questions. Though this poem is more or less asked for extract-based questions, you can move on to our school website, D.A.V. Motihari, and there you will find all the question answers, the extract-based, standard-wise question answers there, and other textbook questions solved. Other questions asked in the board examinations, like this question was asked in 2014 and so on. So you will find all these questions on your school website. Therefore, visit for the complete PowerPoint presentation to our school website www.davcsmotihari.org, and I suppose this will serve your problem. Thank you all of you. Thank you so much.